Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Stepping into Purpose with me, Melissa. So again, I am on a school run, so I got here a bit early, so I thought, you know what, let me share a word with you that's been lingering inside of me for a while now. I think it's been about 2 weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm going to the verse that's inspired this whatever I'm going to be talking about today is the verse that talks about how God is the shepherd and he leaves the 99 for one. Okay, so there has been, it feels like sometimes there's a lot of discouragement that's going around for those that minister or that share the word and spread the gospel, whether it's through YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp status, or Instagram. Okay, so I would like to encourage you that continue to share the word. Okay, we have got a shepherd who would leave the 99 for one. Do not worry about how many views you've got. Do not worry about how many likes you're getting. Do not worry about how much feedback you're getting, because even if it's one person who's liked, sometimes people can scroll through your Instagram and your Facebook. They might not like it, click the like button. Although they will like your content, they will not hit or double click. All right, it doesn't mean what you're sharing is wrong. It doesn't mean what you're sharing is not inspirational enough or it's not helping because you're not getting 27,000 likes. No, it just means that sometimes people, they can see but they don't want to show, and it's because of many reasons. Some, they don't want to be seen or to be known that they interact or they are involved with whatever you're doing, or maybe someone doesn't want to be seen that they liked Melissa's post. You never know. There's so many reasons, but don't focus on that. I just want you and I to focus on what God has called us to do. Continue spreading the word. Even if it's one person you've inspired on that day, you never know. That one person can spread the news with the word of mouth. That one person can testify and say, you know what? When Sister Melissa posted this thing the other day, it might not have spoken to me on that day, but it's making sense and it's speaking to me today. And the word can spread through the word of mouth. I can go and tell my sister Lily or Nyasha or whoever and say, oh, I saw this post. Now that person can go and tell another person. You've already done your job. It might be one person, but that one person can testify to the whole world over something that you have posted, and the glory goes to God. Even on Facebook, it might be 1 or 2 likes, it might be 1 share, but that 1 share can reach 20 people, can reach 50 people. It's all about seeing. Sometimes it doesn't even help people who are sharing or resharing or retweeting whatever, but it might even help those that are watching from those other platforms of people that they know of. So even on YouTube as well, you might get 22 views, but it's not all the time that I'm going to say, Mel, can you go on YouTube and search for a girl called Melissa? There's this video, yada yada yada. All I'll say is, oh, I remember watching a YouTube video on this topic, on a certain topic, and it really helped me. It ministered to me. I might not maybe I might not hit the like button. I might not hit the subscribe button. I might not hit the notification bell. But guess what? It has helped me, and that should be your focus. Your focus should be that the people that tune in, that watch, they are benefiting. You are planting seeds and you will see those seeds growing and manifesting. You might not even visually see them, but I know that someday you will hear something back from somebody. Sometimes, in my case, I've noticed that when I have stopped, let's say I'm going through my break like I did last time when I was pregnant and I was trying to get myself together. And I remember sometimes there'll be people liking my post from a long time ago. Sometimes you have people asking you like, oh, when are you gonna be posting another video? Or you've been quiet for a while. I'm like, oh, so you do watch then. And it boosted me so much in my spirit. I was like, wow, when I was uploading these videos, I felt really discouraged because I thought I'm not reaching out enough, or I'm not doing enough, or I'm not doing good. But there's that one person, there's those two people who had been looking forward to hearing my voice, or to hearing God through this vessel, the Melissa vessel, who have been looking forward to just hear what I've got to share with them. So I just want to encourage you that don't really focus on views or likes or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying don't have the desire to reach out to as many people as you can, but also leave it in the hands of God. God is in control of who is supposed to hear that word, and who and when they're going to receive that word. That's why you see, let me tell you this. So I've got another YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description box. Now I'm starting to work on it. So 4 years ago, I was uploading videos of my daughter, just us doing stuff, and, just me being a mom and stuff like that. And I wanted to show her at some point, because you never know, you can never trust these phones. I was like, YouTube is always going to be there. I logged into it, I think it was 2 days ago, and one of the videos is nearly getting to 1,000 views. So this is now 4 years later. Okay, not everybody's gonna like it or appreciate it, but then again, there is a time to speak to certain people or to a certain audience. There is a time that those people will need that word, and they will come. God will direct you to, sorry, I'm in the car. God will direct them to your channel, to your Instagram. All you can do is do your best, obviously, to spread the word. Instagram, reshare, retweet, repost. But if somebody's not receiving it, it's not on you. You've done your part. If that word was meant for one person, if Rue posts, for example, and that word is for me, she's done her part. On her end, she's thinking, oh, it's just one person that's liked my post. But to me, I'm just like, wow, God, you have sent confirmation. This is what I needed. Most of the time, we're being sent with the word that's there, to give confirmation to someone else. Or maybe they're trying to make a decision in their career, in their relationship, whatever it is that you focus on. And maybe you've got that answer on that day. But because you're thinking, oh, you were expecting thousands or hundreds of people to view, it doesn't necessarily, let me tell you this, it doesn't necessarily mean that if you've got thousands of views, those people like what you're posting. Okay? In my experience, sometimes people are just checking your YouTube channel to see if they vibe with what you're saying, if what you're saying is right. Sometimes you can even get to the extent where you see people correcting or, sharing their opinions or whatever on something maybe you've spoken about. So it's not every time that people are checking you out on YouTube because they like what you post, but sometimes it's to see whether what she's saying is right. Let me see where him and that. But you know what? Leave that to God. And it's okay if people do that. People are always going to be people. If you expect everybody to be your friend, it is going to be a problem. Jesus, our best example, who is God in the flesh, he was not liked by everybody. He was looked down on by everybody. So just focus on the quality. I remember there was a time that I made my Instagram a private account. And my friend was like, oh, just, can you make it an open account? Because I'm trying to repost what you're sharing. And for a while, I felt in my spirit that I couldn't do that. Why? Because I wasn't focusing on the quantity, on the amount of people that are flooding to my account to just scroll through and check out and see what I'm doing. But I said to myself, if there are people who have just clicked that follow button and who've shown great interest, in the things that I say, the things that I do, and the things that I share with them, enough that they follow me, then I'm going to focus on that. And as soon as I channeled back into that mindset and I put my mindset in the right frame, it didn't matter whether I got 1 like or 2 likes or 3 likes, because I knew that those that were interested enough are watching. Those that are interested enough are being helped. So that's my belief and my faith. Have you got faith that what you're sharing is good enough, is helping somebody, even if it's one person? Okay, this is something also that God showed me, that God taught me 2 years ago. It's been 2 years now, I think. Yeah, last year, I think, when I started my ministry, and he was talking to me about, how he leaves the 99 for one, and he's got so much compassion for that one person. Why? It takes one person to bomb the whole building. Okay, it takes one person to destroy your whole company. You know why? Because one person can just write a really bad review. Let's say if you own a business, and that person can really write a bad review. Not only will they write it down, but they will spread the news and they will tell everyone. So you see the power of that one person. That's what we need to be focusing on, you and I. So I'm here to tell anyone and everyone out there who has got a project. Some people, I like calling them projects, or a ministry that's out there to spread the gospel. Just continue doing what you got to do. Continue obeying, listening to what God is telling you, even if it's just a few. Maybe at this time, God is just trusting you. If you remember the story of the talents, wow, this is like dropping inside of me right now. The story of the talents where one was given, I can't really remember the exact numbers, okay? One had a few. I think one had one, was given 1. The other person was given 5, and the other person was given 10. Okay, these are the examples. And the one who was given 10, he multiplied them. And when the master came back, he was like, okay, master, I did this with the ones you gave me. Here, this is what I've got. I've got more now. Same with the person that had 5. Now, listen. To the person that had 1, guess what he did? He kept that 1 talent to himself until the master came back and he said, master, I didn't do anything with what you've given me, so I just kept my 1 talent and I'm giving it back to you. And the master was so disappointed in this person. Don't be the guy with the 1 talent. Okay, be the guy with the 5 and the 10 talents, that even if it's a few, it might not be 100, it might not be time for you yet to be speaking to hundreds of people, or even just 50 people. Okay, it might not be the time yet to speak to even just 50 people, or even to speak to even just 100 people. Time will come when you have presented, when you've been faithful with the little. When you say, God, you gave me 5 interested people that followed me. You gave me 10, okay, dedicated people that looked forward to to whatever you had to say to me. Now look, it's multiplying. This is when those 5 people go away and say, oh, can you follow this? Can you follow her? Can you follow him? And your ministry will start growing, or your project will start growing. Okay, so again, you will always reap what you sow. If you sow so little, you will reap little. If you sow and you work hard, you will see the results, but according to the instruction of the Lord. That's the other thing I need to point out. Don't just create content for the sake of creating content because you want to grow your ministry, but let everything be from God. Let everything be inspired by the word, because the word doesn't lie. Number 2, check your motive. What's your motive of opening that ministry or that page or that Instagram? Is your motive about being famous? Do you want to be famous, or do you want to be well known? What's your motive? Well, for me, I'm not a person who really likes to be famous anyway, or who likes attention or whatever. So for me, having those very few subscribers that I've got, I love them, and I love it because there isn't so much pressure on me, and I know that time will come when it will grow, but then I will be ready, but not now, not yet. And if I am to be speaking a spirit-led a spirit-led word, I know that out of those few, there's also going to be one or two that will be helped, that will be inspired, that will be motivated. Okay, so just keep going. Just keep going. Sometimes people don't want to be known or to be seen that they do check you out or they do check in. But that's okay. It's their business. It's not your business. You carry on with doing your daddy's business, and daddy will see how he can grow your empire, how he can grow your ministry or your project in order to reach the other people. And when you show that you've been faithful enough, God will faithfully show himself to you and to those around you that, you know what you were saying on that time, it wasn't in vain, for his word does not go back in vain to him until it has accomplished what it's supposed to accomplish on this earth, until those plants have been watered. So if it means that maybe it's me who's checking out David's account, for example, maybe he might not speak to me on that day. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool stuff. But it's not a coincidence that I've bumped into David's YouTube channel or Instagram or a post. 2 years down the line, or it might be 10 years later, I'll be like, there's something that I saw, that I liked, or that I watched, and it helped me, and it's making sense now. Okay, so that's my word for you guys. And just keep going. Let's keep going. I also need the encouragement, just like the word of God says. David also had to encourage himself. But right now, I don't know why I had to share this. I just felt in my spirit that we're getting towards the end of the year, and maybe you've been grinding, you've been trying you've been creating videos, you've been doing this and that, and if you need a break, take a break. Don't let the numbers get to your head. Why? If you become so obsessed with the numbers, the enemy can use that against you. He can use that to tackle you in that head. He can use your mindset and start speaking things and start saying things to divert you from what you're supposed to do or what you're supposed to be achieving. And he'll be saying, well, not a lot of people are watching me anyway. And I've gone through it, I'm telling you. Like with my podcast, when I started it, it's like I heard voices in my head like no one is going to be listening, no one will be interested. And before you know it, I've got to 100 plays. I was like, what? Me? People are listening? So people are tuning in? After a few weeks of just being faithful and obedient to the voice of God, I didn't know anybody was going to be interested. It was just me who was just being obedient and doing what I need to do at that time. But guess what? It has paid off. There has been testimonies, there has been great feedback from people I least expected it from. So don't even target it to anyone and say, oh, I think Mel and Abs are gonna like it. No, maybe I'm not even in that season at that time, not even your own friends. It might be some stranger that you've never met, but that's what the word is supposed to do. We're supposed to preach to the world. It doesn't necessarily mean that me preaching to the world is getting on a plane and flying to USA and flying to Canada. No, it might just mean that, especially now we've got social media. Would I say, or would we say we're still reaching and preaching to the world? Yes, we are, because we've got technology that's allowing those people who are outside our proximities to reach and to receive that word. So I just want to say, I know I've said I'm gonna go, but now I'm gonna go. Keep going. I love you guys, and thank you so much for your support. And if you know someone who needs this word, just share. If you've been blessed, just share. But if not today, I know your time will come. May you be blessed. Thank you.